Now let's move on to Iron Condor spread scanner. Let's scan for an Iron Condor in SPY, which has to be credit in the next 40-60 days. And front data is a little bit different here than previously used. It defines right now the short legs of the Iron Condor. So if you are looking for an Iron Condor that has around 15 delta call and 15 delta short put legs, then you should stick with like 13 to 17. The delta should be left by default, and the strike difference defines how far the short and the long leg has to be from each other. Right now I'm not looking for a specific distance, so I'm looking 0 as a combination scanner, and for reward risk I'm looking at least a 40%, and let's search for it. Based on these criteria, there are only 3 Iron Condors found in here. The short deltas are 16, this refers to the put, and 15, this refers to the call. You get $58 as credit. The maximum risk is 142 because it was looking for a 2 wide Iron Condor long and short leg combination, because I defined 0, so that's why it's looking for all the combinations, and this was found. The range was not set, it's right now 15%. The volumes are for each legs, the break-even 1, break-even 2, and the delta, gamma, theta, vega are cumulative for the position. The range probability number comes from the shorted delta. If I search with 0 reward to risk, then I will find lower reward to risk numbers as well, like 34, 37. I would not trade these Iron Condors, they are too low for me. But here you can see that this one has specifically $100, $108 as credit, but the intervals are $4 away. So this means that the 64 is the distance between the short strikes, and 4 is the distance between the long strikes. See? So this put spread contains 374 and 370 against 438 to 442 call spread. So this is a put spread short, and this is a call spread short. So this is essentially a put credit spread, and this is a call credit spread. They are 64 points away from each other. The market is right now somewhere in the middle or in between, as you can see from the cumulative data points. And if you are looking for example, a higher reward to risk Iron Condor, you should say, for example, 50, and there are no results. And I can say with IC save, select it, and then I want to be notified if something comes around with this criteria. Otherwise, I can always manually use this scanner, and then later on I can for example, refine the scan criteria if I want. If you want to have a tighter Iron Condor, you can, for example, look for 20-25 shorted deltas, and they will obviously have higher reward to risk. As you can see, 70 to 75, 80. And they have also 2 points between the long and the short legs in the credit spreads, using the 0 strike difference combination. I can search for all the tickers and looking for Iron Condors with this kind of setup. Let's look for at least 50% RR. Let's see if I find anything here. Yes, I could. I was able to find. Here is a nice one, for example. The maximum profit potential is 53. The maximum loss potential is 47. There is a 1 strike difference between the long and short legs, and 31 difference between the shorted strikes, and they expire in 45 days. Now let's look at the highest credit. This one has the highest credit. It's an SPX. We have 435 points away between the shorted strikes, and 10 points between the long legs, and then 85% reward to risk. There are many Iron Condors in here that meet those criteria above. Let's try to look for something very out of the money, if there is any, using a front delta between 5 to 10. The reward risk probably will not be 50 at all. Let's look for the minimum values. The best reward to risk right now is for SPX, 22%. You get $90 as credit, but the maximum loss potential is 410. But they are pretty far away from the market because the short put has 9.8 delta and the short call has 9.6 delta. So they are like 10 delta out of the money. Short put and short call, the range probability based on deltas is above 80% right now. And the exact range is 21% based on the underlying price between the short put and the short call.